Hello, beautiful human, and welcome to my masterclass of 10 secrets to manifest everything and anything that you desire. I am so happy to be here with you. Just so you know, you don't need to be sitting and like looking at the masterclass as we do this. You could be walking around, you could be driving, but make sure that you are just like kind of focused, maybe not driving, but make sure you're kind of focused. Take notes if you want, all of the things, note places that you want to come back to. Anything that comes through you during this masterclass is so fucking perfect. Oh my goodness, let's get into it. I'm going to share my screen. Ba, 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 ba. Mm, 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 mm. You think I could make this quicker, right, by now, after 4 years, 5 years of doing this? But it's fine. Okay, now we're good. Ah, it is a Friday here in Austin, Texas. That is where I live. I feel lit up for you guys. I feel excited for you. Let's do the thing. I'm sharing 10 secrets to manifesting everything that you desire. Also note, making pretty presentations is not my strong point. My strong point is sharing, speaking, guiding, but I did my best for you guys. Okay, so what we're going to cover in this masterclass is 10 secrets to manifesting everything and anything that you desire. My proven process to up level and succeed in any area of your life, which I know is a bold statement, but guys, I've helped thousands of humans get happier, healthier, and wealthier. I know what it takes to boldly, fully go after what it is that you desire and the life that it is that you desire. I know what works, I know what doesn't work, and that's what I'm going to teach you guys in this class. My own manifestation story, and at the end, you're going to be invited into my 16-week manifestation program, Life on Fire. So my own manifestation story. In 2019, which is going on 4 years ago, 5 years ago, whatever it is, I hit one of the lowest rock bottoms of my life. I was in a place where I had a fiance, I had a wedding dress, I had it's always hard to tell a story, but we're going to do it anyway because I know it's going to help people. And that's why I do what I do. I had a wedding date, I had a wedding venue. And then I was cheated on by him. And I know everybody's like, oh, what a douchebag. And yes, douchey fucking move. A very douchey fucking move. If there's one thing that is, it's definitely douchey. But I'll get to my part in creating that in a second. At the same time, I was 6 figures in student debt and I had massive credit card debt. I had no jobs that I actually liked, despite the fact that I had 2 bachelors and a postgraduate certification. I became a registered dietitian. I got 3/4 of a master's degree in sports nutrition. I was so fucking brilliant. I still am so brilliant, but I just felt like this is all the job market has to offer. Like I got all of these degrees. I have all of this knowledge. I had already been helping clients for years at that point. And this is what you're going to give me. You're going to give me $50,000 a year. You're going to give me the most stressful job. I'm going to work, I just, no. But that's where I was. I was struggling with extreme body dysmorphia and binge eating, regardless of the fact that I weighed probably between 120 and 130 pounds for most of my adult life. I was convinced I was fat. I was convinced I needed to lose weight. I had extreme body dysmorphia. And again, you can experience body dysmorphia at any single size. It's not one is right and one is wrong. But more often than not, we shit on ourselves way too much. And I was binge eating every single day. So even though I was a registered dietitian, even though I was a personal trainer, most of us get into the field because we're struggling with something and we think that becoming a dietitian or becoming a professional is going to help us. And it did not. It kind of perpetuated my struggle. I was binge drinking on the weekends, every single weekend, multiple times per weekend. I wasn't like getting shit-faced. I've never really, like, there's moments in my life where I've been shit-faced, and right now I basically don't drink except for maybe a few glasses of wine here and there. But it wasn't like I was getting shit-faced. It wasn't like I had like a problem, like I couldn't function. I was waking up at 1 p.m. the next day. My life was on pause. It was more just like I was so stressed. And then that became the thing to do. And it became something I craved. It became something that I so deeply kind of needed and relied on for fun. And in addition to that, smoking weed was a thing every single night. And that was the only time that I relaxed. And I thought, like, oh, I finally found something that helped me relax. I finally found something that helped me not just feel anxious in the evening. I finally found something to help me sleep. And yeah, it was just a coping mechanism. I don't think there's anything wrong with smoking weed. I don't think, inherently drinking is a bad thing. I think it's the way that we use it that can be a bad thing. And yeah, we'll get into that in a minute. But ultimately, I felt so disconnected from myself, from love, and from happiness. And in that moment when my fiance cheated on me, I was kind of faced with an experience where I was like, okay, I could play the massive victim in this role. And don't get me wrong, I definitely was. Douchey thing to do, right? But I also had to look at what part of me created it. It was also this like kind of like coming home to Jesus moment or whatever, even though I'm not religious, where I was like enlightened with fuck, I played a role in this. I created this. And I think when most people go through experiences like this, they play more so into the victim role. They, play the blame game. They say it was his fault. He was douchey. He did this, he did that. And yes, he did do a lot, but I also did a lot too. And ultimately what it came down to was I didn't love myself. I didn't love the life I was living. I didn't love myself. I didn't feel successful in the way that I wanted. I wasn't treating my body in a way that I wanted. I just felt so out of alignment. And so I was, I don't want to say crazy in like a bad way, but like I kind of was like, I was very moody. I was very anxious. I would yell. I would get so frustrated. And it's not that I was a bad person, it's that I was just struggling internally. And when we're reactive like this, or when we're just using coping mechanisms, and when we are experiencing things in our external world that fucking feel sucky, it's because something within us is misaligned. And it was at that moment, many of cries on my bathroom floor in the middle of the night when, I don't know, we were trying to work things out and he would come back and then go back to her. And it was just these awful moments where I found my power for the first time, where I was like, fuck, if I created this and I'm so misaligned internally and I'm so misaligned externally, and the reason I'm misaligned externally is because I'm misaligned internally, then what would happen if I shifted everything? What would happen if I leaned into the life? The story always makes me want to cry. I may cry. We'll see. But what would happen if I leaned into the life that I knew that I was meant for? What if I took this opportunity to start the business? What if I took this opportunity to heal my relationship with food? What if I took this opportunity to so deeply focus on myself? What would happen? And that's what I did. For the next 12 months, I just dedicated every day to the vision that I had for my life. I got rid of everything that felt misaligned. I shifted all of my relationships. I shifted the way I approached working out. I did so much healing work on myself. And I took massive action every day. I quit my job. I started my business. Oh my goodness. It was just the biggest overhaul of my life. I even remember writing a post on Instagram that I saw the other day. It's on my personal Instagram that I don't use anymore. I don't know how I ended up on my old one, but whatever. And I wrote, it was like in 2018 or something like that, that this is going to be the year that I fiercely go after everything I've been scared to go after and go all in. Or I don't know, something of that nature. I didn't write it as concise as that, but that was the gist of it. And obviously, if you announce it on Instagram, it has to be real, right? Whatever. I felt like called to share it. And it was the year I went all in. When I say all in, that's what I'm going to teach you in this masterclass. That's what I'm going to teach you to do for yourself. That's what my course Life on Fire is about. But the tools that I'm going to give you in this course, if you follow them, oh my goodness, your entire life will change in the most beautiful way. But Life on Fire, my 16-week manifestation course, will help you implement everything and help you get the support to actually do the things, because it's not super easy. I got support. I hired my first business coach when I had no money. I drained my bank account. Literally, I drained my credit card. I remaxed out all of my credit cards to do the things. I quit my job. I moved across the country, healed my relationships. And by January 2020, my fiance cheated on me in December 2019. And it was towards the end, once he told me, he like kissed her, and then like 3 days later, he told me. And we broke up for a little bit and tried things again, and then broke up, blah, blah, blah. And then come January 2020, I had manifested my dream life. Literally, the things that used to be such a just like, I wish I could fucking have that. I'm tired of seeing people on social media live the life that I fucking want. I'm tired of this. I manifested everything I wanted. No joke. I had my dream business. I had my first $30,000 month. So I literally went from completely broke to having way more money than I ever thought that I would ever fucking have, although I knew that I would have it eventually. And now I'm meant for so much fucking more. But at the time, that was like, holy shit, so much money. I had dream clients paying me thousands of dollars each month. I was making the impact that I wanted. Yes, we talk about money a lot. Yes, money is so fucking beautiful, but ultimately it was so deeply fulfilling. At that time, I was a health coach. Then I transitioned into business coaching. Now I'm manifestation. But anyway, I manifested my dream body. I got abs for the first fucking time at a weight that was so much higher than what I used to be. I haven't been in the 120s for a very long time, and I have no real desire to get back there. If my body ends up doing it for some reason, cool. But I have no desire to like be that small and stress my body in that way and have an unhealthy relationship with food if that's what it's going to take for me to get there. But for the first time in my life, I was nourishing myself well. I was not binge eating. For the first time, I healed my relationship with my body. I actually loved it. And of course, we always think like, once I have the body, if I had abs, of course I would love it. No, I was so fucking skinny. A size 26, a size 27, 120 pounds. I think my lowest was 113, although I was sick at that point, but like I still thought that something was wrong. It's not the fucking size, and that's one of the things that I'm going to teach you guys today. It's not the external creating the internal, it's the internal creating the fucking external. And because I started to deeply love myself, I started treating myself so much fucking better. Because I stopped working jobs I fucking hated, I was able to be less stressed, more lit up every day, more excited. And so I didn't need weed. I didn't need alcohol. I didn't need binge eating to make me feel better in the evening. And I actually ended up marrying the guy who cheated on me, Mr. Joseph Mustakia. He's my husband. And we developed the most beautiful relationship. Most people would be like, you're fucking crazy. I get it. I am fucking crazy. But there's a sense of when you deeply, deeply, deeply know you're meant for a true love, nothing can really get in the way of that. And my alignment with him and my happiness with him compared to our lowest point where we both took massive ownership of why we ended up where we did was the most healing process of my life. And I'm not saying that you should be with somebody who cheats on you. I'm not saying you should forgive people. Whatever, that's on you. You do you. But you have to feel aligned with it. You have to make choices and feel solid in it. And we're going to get into all of that in a minute. And by January 2020, ultimately, I had felt so loved, so calm. Oh my goodness. It was the first time I felt calm and happy, like truly happy, truly fulfilled. Truly like, yes, this is the way that my life is meant to be. So how did I turn this fucking shitty shit on a stick into the most beautiful life? That's what I'm going to share with you guys. Ooh, I have lots of goosebumps. Okay, but first water. Okay, the first thing you must do, we must all do continuously. I still revisit this. I revisit all of these 10 principles every day. Is you have to say yes to the vision that you have inside of you. Whether you're in a really fucking low point or you're like feeling okay, if there's something that feels misaligned, You have to shift it. It's not going to go away. That knocking, that calling, that like, maybe it's that, or of course it's that, whatever it is, that's not going to go away. You're put on this earth to explore your desires. You were given your desires by God, the divine, the universe, whatever you want to believe in or believe in. You were given it for a reason. Your desires aren't a choice. It's not like you wake up and you're like, I'm going to choose not to have that. It's like inside, you're like, I want that. You see something and you want it. You see something and you don't want it. It's a natural human response. We don't have to run from our desires. We have to run to our desires. The second thing, also, before I go into the second thing, you might feel really crazy because you've been taught to say no to your desires. From a little fucking child, no, you can't have the lollipop. No, you can't have this. No, things don't happen to people like us. No, you can't just do that. That's crazy. No, watch me. That was my motto. My motto was fucking watch me. And every single day, fucking watch me. You doubt me, watch me. I get really sassy. It's just the way my ego works, just the way that I work, but it works for me. So whatever. Okay. The second thing is I got insanely clear on what that vision was for my life. As large as I could imagine and as large as it felt good, I love to work with big visions. I love to work with like, however many years down the line, like this is the thing I'm going to create. Yes, short-term manifestations and goals excite me, but for me, I get really excited about long-term goals. So I don't necessarily attach myself to like it has to happen by this date. Usually that doesn't work, but I get really fucking excited and clear on as big as I can go. Sometimes I have a time frame. Sometimes I'm just like, I just know that thing's going to happen. I don't really care about the time. And so when you get clear on what this vision is, it's like you already know it inside of you. You already know the vision you have for your most ideal life, but perhaps you're just not honoring it. Perhaps you're not taking action on it. Perhaps you're not doing the things right now. Right? And that's the key. That's the missing link. And again, you're going to feel crazy. When I left my master's with 5 classes left, I had some of my closest family members being like, are you fucking serious? Like, you wouldn't just want to finish it to have it, and maybe you'll use it. And I was like, I'm not going to do something just to say I did it. That is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard of. And I mean, my best friends at the time were in the same master's program and all finished. And I just ditched. I was like, peace. But I did it with certainty. I did it with like, that is so deeply a fuck no. When I quit my job as a personal trainer, my last job was at Orange Theory, and I loved working at Orange Theory. I've been a personal trainer for about 10 years before I transferred online. And now I don't personally train anybody, although like I really love it and would do it, but it's just not in my plan right now. Maybe we'll come back to it eventually. But I did it for so fucking long, and Orange Theory was just one of those things where it was fun. It was exciting. Oh my goodness. Workouts, meh. I don't highly recommend them to be your sole form of working out, but it's really fucking fun to be a coach, and I got paid well, and all of these things compared to what personal trainers get paid. They pay pretty well compared to everything else. And so, I could have stayed. I could have stayed while building my business. I could have stayed while doing things. And it just was like, I just got so clear on the vision. Once I felt that vision, I was like, yes. Like, yes, that fucking thing. Ah. And anything that didn't align with that vision, I was like, it doesn't have space for me anymore. It just doesn't have space for me. So I got rid of it. I did the crazy things without a secure plan. Most businesses fail within the 5 years. Don't get me wrong. I've wanted to quit 1,005 times, but I would never. I would fucking never, because the path is so clear. And that's the thing. When you get so connected to your vision, you can't help but follow it. So have fun with it. Get clear on it. Get clear on it again if you've already done this. Attach yourself to it. Be like, fuck yes, that's the thing. And then number 3 was taking the steps that I had been avoiding taking because they were too scary. Quitting the jobs, going all in on my business, Guys, before I went all in on my business, if you have been in my space for a while, I tell this story all the time. I was 10 years, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I got my personal training certification when I was 17. I had already been coaching some clients, which you shouldn't or whatever, but whatever I was working at a gym that didn't give a fuck. I'd already been doing nutrition counseling, all of these things. And yes, I was young, but I was so fucking brilliant. Oh my goodness. And yeah, I started personal training as early as I could. And I was kind of shoved into a gym where the owner didn't really want to work. I don't really know what she was doing all the time. Great human most of the time, but whatever. She didn't really want to work. And so I was trusted with so much with the business, where I got into marketing, I got into sales, I got into coaching people. I learned the back end of building a business because I did it for her, building it from the ground up as a super fucking young child. Like I just always had these ideas and always like, I can do that better and I can do that better. And what if we did this? Like I just was so creative. And then after that, I worked for a few smaller businesses also that I helped build up. And then I would constantly be like, if I can do this for other people, why aren't I doing this for myself? And so I would do it for a little bit and then things would get hard and then I would retreat. I would do it for a little bit. Facebook was big back then. Now I don't use Facebook. I hate it, but Facebook was big. Instagram wasn't a thing. And I would promote my training services on Facebook. I might get 1 client, maybe 2 clients. And then, I would get referrals and stuff like that. But then I would retreat. Things would get hard and I would retreat. And I was half in, half fucking out. And the last time I was half in, half out was when I owned a meal prep business right before my fiance cheated on me. My now husband cheated on me. And we owned it together. My sister was involved in it. And we had started it in Colorado, then we moved it to New York, and we were doing so well. However, I was still 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I was like, let me do Orange Theory and I'll do this. And once this does well enough, then I will quit. And I was just pulled in so many different directions. You see, when you're half in, half out of something, anything, your health, your relationships, whatever, you feel this pulling, you feel this like tug of war. And that tug of war is fucking exhausting. It is fucking exhausting energetically. It is fucking exhausting for the universe. The universe is like, bitch, what do you want? I don't know. That's what my God sounds like. Whatever your God sounds like is beautiful. And I was like, I don't know. I want this, but I want this, but I want this, but. And after he cheated on me, one of the biggest lessons was I can't live life burnt out. I can't live life misaligned, and I can't live life fucking burnt out. And so I didn't. I fucking didn't. Anything that burned me out, got rid of. I don't know what that is, but it's a thing. Me slapping it, I don't know. Oh gosh. Okay. I said no to anything that was misaligned. I said no to anything that had me in that tug of war. I just got clear and kept going and went and went and went. And even when it looked fucking dumb as shit, and I wouldn't even tell my parents that I invested $6,000 in a coach when I had no fucking money. And hey guys, by the way, I quit my job with no backup plan and no clients and no money, and I'm paying somebody $3,000 a month. I didn't fucking tell them because I knew that telling them would fucking get me off path and make me feed into that fear. And I was like, back to that slapping motion, whatever that is. No, we're not doing that. And so I took all of the scary actions that I had been avoiding, that I knew that I was meant to. See, you know what you're meant for, right? You fucking know. You know what career you're meant for. The one that seems too fucking good to be true, that's what is. The one that pays you the money that you want to have the life you want, that's what it is. Right? The health, the one where you feel really fucking good internally, you so deeply fucking love yourself, you don't fucking stress about it, you don't fucking worry about it, that's for you. And you love what you see in the mirror, that's for you. The money where it's flowing fucking easily, when you're aligned, when you're in your fucking purpose, that's meant for you, where you have so much more than enough to live whatever life it is that you want, that's for you. To live in the most beautiful fucking place or travel and be bi-coastal, that's for you. Do you see this? The thing inside of you is for you. Can I keep saying that? The thing inside of you is fucking for you. And yes, it takes taking scary action. But that vision's not going anywhere. It's up to you to listen to it. And listen, before you take the action, it's not going to look like you should. Most of the time it looks goddamn fucking crazy. Do it anyway. Do it fucking anyway. Which brings me to number 4, is change who and what you surround yourself with. At the time, my relationships felt uninspiring. I was really close to some family members that just were draining me. Anybody that didn't align with my vision, anybody that didn't align with my new peacefulness, my new calm, my new everything that I was creating, I just stopped giving attention to, or as much attention to. I didn't like disown my family. Yes, I moved away, but I didn't like disown them. I don't talk to anybody. I mean, I stopped really talking to a lot of my friends because they hadn't been serving me for a really long time. And of course that's hard. And of course I miss them and stuff like that. But you have to release to create space for what you want. And so you have to change what you surround yourself with, because if what you surround yourself with doesn't match the life that you want, you have to shift it. Right? It's like knowing that you feel really good going into, I don't know, like Whole Foods, and then choosing to go shop for food at Walmart. It like energetically, that difference. One time I was in Walmart. I've gone back maybe one time since, because they're like one of the only places around here that have like the yeast that I need for the bread that I make. But other than that, I try and make my husband go. But anyway, one time we went and there was a human turd on the fucking floor. A human turd. It was not an animal turd. It was not it was not a baby turd. It was a human, like, grown person turd. And so it's like energetically, Walmart always felt like a no. Yet I would go there because I'm like, oh, maybe they have good sales, or maybe their baking stuff is cheaper. I won't get like meat and stuff from there. Like, you have certain standards. That's what I want to share with you. We have certain standards of who and what. Jeez, the human fucking turd story. Oh my goodness. That's the second time this story has come up today. But anyway, that's a weird thing. Not going into Walmart today. But anyway, we all have standards with who and what we surround ourselves with. And our standards dictate what we attract to us. And when you lower your standards to be around people and things that feel like a goddamn fuck no, you're just confirming to yourself that what you want isn't actually possible. Right? And then that feels shitty. And then you manifest more from that place, because now you're confirming to yourself and the universe and energetically to yourself what's possible or what's not possible. I don't deserve to shop there. Now, I'm not saying go spend all your fucking money and the universe will give you everything back. I'm not saying like quit your job and then everything's going to come to you. No, you have to take the fucking action. You have to do it with unwavering belief. You have to follow these 10 steps. Maybe you choose to join Life on Fire and manifest everything you want. My path was quitting. My path was not doing anything that fucking felt misaligned. I'm an all in or all out type of fucking person, and that served me so fucking well. And you don't have to force yourself to be like me in order to manifest what you want and follow these principles. But what does all in look like to you? What does up leveling your standards look like to you? For me, it was never going back into Walmart again and choosing to shop at Whole Foods, which Whole Foods still, I don't like. I'm not 100% on their fucking quality. I like the farmer's market better, but that's a whole nother thing. But anyway, like, there's certain standards that I have where I won't eat Walmart meat, where I won't go back into Walmart unless it's for like the one product I need. And I think Whole Foods started selling it, thankfully, so we can get it there. But you know what I'm saying? Like, what does that look like to you? Don't just follow my path because it was my path and I said that it worked for me. What is within you? Guys, when you follow somebody else's path because it worked for them and it's not true for you, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. But what is true for you? It might be very similar. Cool. This might have inspired things within you and you're like, yes. Cool. Say yes to that. Okay. Oh, I love this one. I'm always surprised by like what I created, even though I created it 2 days ago, as if I forgot what I wrote. But anyway, number 5 is only focus on and give power to positivity and thoughts and beliefs that support your manifestation. Before, let's go back. When my fiance cheated on me, I was the most negative person. I was probably up there with the negative Nancys. I was the leader of the fucking negative Nancy pack. It's just true. I was complaining, ugh, the weather, ugh, it's too cold, ugh, the sunshine isn't gonna last, ugh, this, ugh, that, ugh, ugh, ugh. Used to call everybody and ugh away. I used to think about it, ugh. I used to question myself all the time, ugh. I used to compare myself to all the time to other people, ugh. How exhausting. How fucking exhausting. No wonder I manifested my fiance cheating on me. No wonder I manifested being broke. No wonder I manifested business not going well for me. No wonder I manifested being burnt out, because internally these were the things I felt. And so I started to just change all of that. I was like, okay, well, if this inner world created this external world, then theoretically, if I shift it all the way to the other side, my entire reality has to shift too, to the other side, which, please, just universe, God, overhaul everything. Although at that point I couldn't say God. I was very anti-God. Now, cool, I'm just not religious. But it worked. It fucking worked. And so I'm not saying don't cry. I'm not saying don't feel the shit. I'm not saying don't, like, you're not going to struggle. Like, of course you fucking are. But, I have a saying. You may know my saying. I hope it serves you well. It's smell the shit, be near the shit, understand the shit, but don't put your face in the shit. Right? No one likes a shitty face. That means understand what you're experiencing, acknowledge it, cry it out, but don't make it mean anything about you. Don't manifest from that place. Don't create from that place. Don't stay down. Don't go down the negative spiral. Put your face in the shit. Eat the fucking shit and stay down and down and down. We all have the possibility of going down negative spirals. Once you get the money, you're not going to not be a human who struggles. Once you have the body you want, it's not like you're never going to have bad body image days and you're never going to struggle again with food, or you're never going to overeat on things. Like, fuck that. Of course you are. But you can't wait until you get there, like having that mentality, like once I'm there, then I will feel this. Once I have this, then I will feel this. It's backwards. It's once you feel internally fulfilled, internally fucking happy, internally calm, internally peaceful, then you will experience it. Then you will change your experience. But in the meantime of your physical reality changing, you have to change your inner workings. And positivity is a fucking requirement. I used to feel bad for saying that because I was like, oh, but what about the people who are stressed? I get it. Oh my goodness, I fucking get it. I still cry almost every fucking day, but 99% of the day, I am massively fucking positive. Because if I'm not positive, if I don't love my life, if I don't love myself, if I'm not showing up for myself, how can I get clients to invest in me? How can I get my husband to love being around me? How can I get my friends to love like everything you want externally? How can I expect to have a healthy relationship with food if internally I don't feel healthy? Right? We have to shift that. And that's ultimately what Life on Fire is going to help you do. It's going to help you come back to that part of you that internally naturally feels healthy, happy, loved, fulfilled. And so we're going to change everything in your physical world from this place. Number 6, this is my favorite. I might say that for a bunch of them, is be that bitch. That fucking bitch. The badass bitch version of you that shows the fuck up, that does the things, that's so busy living her fucking life in the way that she wants, in a way that truly fulfills her, not just that looks good on Instagram and has brunches every weekend and oh my goodness, and then the rest of the week you're like, oh, I'm feeling so unfulfilled, and oh, I'm feeling so lonely, and oh, I feel so unhealthy, and I regret eating that, and I regret drinking that, I regret doing that. Like, no. I feel like Instagram has made it seem like that bitch is a bitch who takes cute selfies and goes to brunch. I mean, I'm not big on selfies, honestly, and making sure I look cute in them, I don't really care. But I like a good photo shoot. But I don't do the photo shoot for me, although sometimes I do. I did do a naked photo shoot for me. That was fun. But I do it to get my impact out there, right? That's fulfilling. So find these internal feelings that you're craving and be that bitch. Be that bitch that shows up. Be that bitch that so deeply loves herself. Be that bitch that carries herself in a way that you're like, damn. Right? Yeah, be that bitch. Again, not just the Instagram, TikTok worthy bitch, but that bitch who's living her life in a fully aligned way. Okay. Do you have anything else to say about that? This can feel like very different from what you're experiencing. And I know at one point this did for me. And some of these aspects I still struggle with always. Not always. I'm not going to say always, but I'm going to manifest that. But there's moments over the past 4 years where I've deeply struggled with all of these things. And sometimes being that bitch might feel too big, you know? Like, oh, I'm just little old Jonnie who kind of has, almost greasy hair and isn't cute and isn't wearing any makeup and, whatever. And, or who's deeply struggling, who I was just watching Netflix and hysterically crying for a day or whatever the thing happened, or you're on your bathroom floor crying. Listen, that bitch, that badass bitch version of you still cries. They still second guess themselves. It's just less. Maybe not the crying less, but it's normal to have emotions. It's okay. Oh my goodness. Before I started my manifestation journey, I don't think I cried. Well, when my fiance cheated on me, I think that was like the first time I cried in many of years. There was so much built up. Oh my goodness. And these emotions that build up aren't, they're meant to be released. And that's part of the clearing process that you need to do to manifest what you want, to be that bitch. But don't think that that bitch, the badass version bitch of you, is not experiencing these things. Okay, you can embody the energy of being a badass bitch and still cry. You can embody the badass bitch energy and still kind of have semi-dirty hair. My hair is not actually dirty. It's just kind of looks a little bit like that. It's just thin, it gets greasy, whatever. I work out a lot, I sweat a lot. You don't have to be perfect. And again, this is where Instagram fucks with us. It makes us think that I have to have this beautiful house and I have to have these fake eyelashes and these fake lips and Botox. And if you want to do that, fucking beautiful. I choose at this point in my life not to do that. But if you want to honor that, but you don't need those things, to have what you desire. That's an incongruency between your true self and your true self being enough to have the things that you want and actually getting them. Okay, that's what I have to say. Okay, number 7, invest, invest, invest. Not just money, but your time and your energy. Every day, your energy, time, and money needs to be going into building exactly what it is that you want. On the days you don't want to do it, on the days it looks like you should just tell your coach, oh, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to pay this, can I please get out of my contract? On the days when you want to invest but like something's telling you not to, but like it feels like a fuck yes, you do it anyway. You show up anyway. You show up with that unwavering faith. You show up with full conviction in yourself because you are that bitch who gets to have it all. Number 8. This is a big one for me. You can choose to morph this into something that feels good for you. Everything I say, morph it into something that feels good for you. But I revisited my goal and my vision daily. Every single day for that year, I revisited my goals daily. To this day, I revisit my goals daily. And I make sure that my action steps are adding up, reflect. Apparently, that's what I wrote, are adding up to reflect the growth that I am craving. I promise I was sober when I did this. Anyway, I've worked with a lot of clients. The ones who don't revisit the goal, the ones who like kind of do it in the beginning and then stop midway through the month or midway through the year or whatever, it's because they stopped believing in themselves. They stopped believing that it could happen. They were gripping onto it so much and they were just like, I need to see the physical result. I need to see the weight loss. I need to see the money come in. I need to see the clients come in. I need to see this. And they put themselves in a box of what it had to look like instead of just revisiting the goal and getting clear on it every day and knowing that it's coming and seeing it happen or writing it down or somehow get into the energy of it, whatever feels good. I love visualization. I love visualizing myself, who I will be, who I am right now, walking through life, having the things. I love to feel it happen in my body. I feel my body shift. I can even close my eyes now and feel that shift that I'm craving. That's getting into the energy of it. And so clients who don't do this, it's because they stopped believing. They stopped believing in themselves. They stopped believing that it could happen. Right. And so they were still doing the things. I've had business coaching clients like still post the content, still do the things, but then leave their vision and not actually revisit it and give up on it. So physically, they're like, no, I'm doing the things, but energetically, they were like, that can't happen. Right. In health, you grip on to fucking the weight loss, the number, the size. I need this part of my body to jiggle less or whatever. I was trying to jiggle my arm on my tricep in case you can't see because I have a giant yellow sweater on. We get so focused on it. But what if you release that like immediate focus, that like I need the money now, I need the weight loss now, or I need it like yesterday. And you just saw the vision of it come true. And you just felt into it actually happening. And you felt what it would look like or feel like to put on pants that made you feel sexy. Maybe it's a certain size, who cares what it is, if you have a certain look you want or just a feeling, whatever the thing is, it's true for you. Just feel it happen. Like right now, just feel it fucking happen. The money's already in your bank account. The clients are already coming. They've already paid you. You've looked at your phone. You get the PayPal notifications, whatever it is. Your relationship, you're already in bed with the fucking sexiest dude in the fucking world. Right? Get into that. Every day, sometimes multiple times a day, I like to do it, but do it from a place of feeling good, not from a place of, up, I don't have it, so let me think, let me get in the energy of it. No, it's just like a practice you get to come back to, an excitement, right? The energy behind your actions fucking matters. And this is something we will work deeply with in Life on Fire, my 16-week manifestation course. I'll talk to you guys about it in a minute. But your energy behind your action matters. Your intention behind your action matters. I think there's like a reel with like Oprah talking about this. And I don't know when Oprah became such like a spiritual manifestation based person, but generally every really fucking successful person kind of does. Not everyone, but a lot of them. Anyway, I stopped following Oprah a long time ago. I stopped watching her show, whatever. And randomly I hear on a reel and I was like, what? This bitch is talking some fire. But it's true. Oprah knows her shit. She's not Oprah for no reason. But yeah, the energy behind your action matters. Are you doing everything from a place of lack? Are you doing everything from a place of not good enoughness? Are you trying to change yourself because you don't love yourself the way that you are, or because you don't feel good enough, or because you don't feel happy as you are? Then you're just going to manifest from that energy. It's not the action that matters. It's the intention. It's the energy. Guys, I've had clients like not do the best in business or have their businesses completely flop, and they hauled fucking ass. Like they should have succeeded, but the energy behind their actions was not in full alignment with where they were going, was not in full alignment with the vision that they were creating. I've had clients in health haul fucking ass every day for years. They've been on their health journey for years. They deserve to fucking succeed, but yet they don't. Why? It's the intention. We're all so fucking capable of having that beautiful fucking life, but your intentions and your energy behind your actions matter. And in Life on Fire, we will clear all of the shit that is preventing you from feeling clear with your intentions, from feeling really good, from acting from that natural place of goodness, because the natural flow of energy is goodness. The natural flow of the universe is like, hey, bitch, what do you want? Okay, universe, I want this. Cool. You get it. Sometimes it has to rework some shit. Sometimes you have to clear something. Sometimes some shit has to blow up in your face. And then you're like, okay, now I'm ready for it. Cool. But it's always on its way to you. But you have to stay the path. And you have to take action from that place of aligning with it. Okay. Number 9. Oh, we were just talking about this. You have to clear all of the shit that is keeping you small. For me, this was people. people who I was associating with, people who I was relating to, people who I like needed in my life, but we were negative. We related negatively. We only really had a good relationship when one of us was deeply struggling. And I was like, I can't have that be the main source of communication I have with friends and family. The thoughts, clearing the fucking thoughts that keep you small. The I can't do this, I'm not good enough, I don't look like her, I'm not like her, I don't come from a family like this. We have to clear all of that. And then past traumas, which is a big fucking word to throw out there. But our traumas fuck with us, guys. Our traumas condition us to play small. I've worked with so many clients, not surprisingly, who have lost their father at a young age. I lost my father when I was 5, and it just, the smallness that we adopt, this feeling of like, I'm just going to stay here and here is comfortable, even though I want to be out here, even though I want to be seen by the world, even though I want to be heard by the world, even though I want my work to be out in the world, even though I want to be that fucking bitch, but that fucking bitch walks like here I am, and I don't feel like here I am. I feel small. A lot of times that happens from conditioning, from shitty fucking things that have happened to us that were completely out of our control when we were younger. And then we reaffirm it as we get older and we get older and we get older. So clearing this, doing the healing work is something that I'm going to give you guys in Life on Fire. It's not some scary thing. It's not some like, it's not something to be intimidated by, but it's something that gets to be really freeing. I remember when I started doing this clearing work, I was just like, oh my goodness, I can breathe. Oh my goodness, I feel like me. Oh my goodness, like, yes. Oh, I get goosebumps with that. And that's your true self. That's the you, the badass bitch version of you that is in the natural flow of goodness with the world. That is you being that bitch. That bitch is there. Oh my goodness, the success is there, the abundance is there, the health is there, the love is there. The money is there. It's all there. It's just waiting for you to grab it, and you get to grab it from that place of your true self. And so that's what the course is going to help you do. And then the last thing is so important. I mean, there's so many other things I could have taught you, but I tried to pick out like just the most important, the most transformational things for you to embody and you to shift into. And this, above all, is, I mean, yes, everything else, but this is so important. Keep going. Always. When you set a goal and you're committed to the goal, you're also committed to the fuckery that you might experience in getting to the goal. You are committed to the hardships of what that experience looks like for you. And those hardships, some people call it training, some people call it the universe testing you. I think it's just old ways of being that are coming up that you haven't fully released, and they're coming up because you got clear on the life that you wanted, and now you're presented with this challenge to overcome and now become a match for what you want. Like, you asked the universe, hey universe, I want this thing, and now the universe is like, cool, before we get to that thing, here's a thing that you've been doing, that you've been feeling, that you've been saying yes to, that you really want to fucking say no to, and it's time for you to shift it. Right? Here's a thing that you've been ignoring in your physical world that you need to take care of before you become a match for what you desire. See, that's the path that the universe lays out for you, and you don't know it yet, but that's what's getting you there. So the struggles are the key to you succeeding and to you manifesting. That is you being on your path, and that's where most people fuck it up. They think, but I already paid the coach and I already did the thing and the money didn't come back yet. Or I've already invested so many times and I've learned everything I can about nutrition and I'm still struggling with binge eating, or I'm still struggling with this and I keep losing the weight and regaining it and losing the weight and keep regaining it. And then you start focusing on that pattern instead of what is the lesson that's here for me. And most people in those moments stop. They give up because they think, well, I'm not on the right path. Well, I'm fucking something up. Well, what if you were on the right path all fucking along, and that hardship that you were given by the universe is there to help you overcome, so now you can be a match for everything that you desire. It's not always easy. Sometimes it is, but especially in the beginning stages, it can be really hard. And throughout it, I'm not going to lie, I still struggle. And there are days where I'm like, what the fuck, universe? Haven't I learned the fucking lesson yet? Apparently not. I also went through a period of my manifestation journey where I was like so focused on finding the lesson. So like, if I find the lesson, I can get out of it. No, it doesn't work that way. But whatever's in front of you now is meant to be there. You don't have to focus on it. You don't have to stress about it. But keep going. Keep working towards becoming a match for what it is that you want. Start being that match today, shifting your internal world, doing the healing work, and always act as if it's always going to happen, as if your success is inevitable, right? That version of you, the badass bitch version of you, isn't like questioning, did I do enough? Did I do this? Did I do that? No, he, she, they is fucking like, look at what I just did. Right? Here I am. Look at this. Right? And that version of you acts out of where you're going, not where you are. Because where you are is what you've previously manifested. So focus on where you're going, make decisions and take action out of where you're going, as if your success is inevitable. Always, always, always. Okay, I think that's it. But now that you know the concepts you need to embody, you're probably asking a few questions. Number one, but how do I put this in place and not go back to acting out of old patterns and actually making my manifestations come true? And you might be questioning, but isn't there more to manifesting? Now, the first thing is, yes, there's more to manifesting. Ultimately, if you embody these 10 things, your life will completely fucking change. I didn't understand manifestation the way that I do now when that 12 months went by and I overhauled everything. And you have to understand the way that the universe and energy work. You have to understand the universal laws. You have to understand why you're attracting what you are. You have to get so in tune with yourself so that you can pay attention to your body's cues and the communication that you have with the universe. And then you can shift and take action in a more aligned way. That inspired, aligned action is so fucking important. And you have to look at how your thoughts, both your conscious and your subconscious, as well as your actions and your beliefs, attract what you have in your life. And I was doing this before I ever even knew of the word of manifestation, before I even believed it was a thing. I remember I had a friend who fucking was teaching this and he's like, yeah, I'm creating courses on it. I was like, that's such fucking bullshit. Like, what is wrong with you? That's not gonna do anything. Again, negative fucking Nancy, and here I am. It's fine. But I was doing this before anybody ever taught me, because it was in that moment of my coming to Jesus moment, whatever you want to call it, where I was cheated on and I was like, how did I create this? I need to understand that in order to understand how to shift it. And then number two, you do have to get insanely clear on the vision you have for your life. You have to stay connected to it, and you have to develop methods of staying in the energy of being a match for it. And you have to take action. You have to not go back to old ways. And when those old ways come up, you get to dedicate yourself to clearing it. You get to dedicate yourself to clearing the small, clearing the things that are keeping you small, clearing the things that are preventing you from feeling like that can be me. It can be that easy. It can be that good. That's a deep healing process. Sometimes it's deep, sometimes it's just a simple shift. It really depends. But a lot of time our core wounds, the I'm not good enough, the success has to be hard, the consistent addiction to worrying and anxiousness is from past things that have happened to us, and we're holding on to it because we weren't given the space to actually process it, and now we're projecting it onto our current reality. And then yes, you have to go full force with unwavering belief in yourself and the universe and your path, which is all the same thing if you ask me. But you have to own your desires. You have to own your own badass bitch energy, and you surround yourself with everything and anything that 100% aligns with what you desire. So if that was good enough for you, beautiful, go do the thing. Let me know how it fucking works for you. Let me know, take a screenshot of this masterclass. So fucking happy that it served you. But if you feel like you need more support, then the universe has guided you here, regardless of if you needed more support, but the universe has guided you to my work for a reason. And I have the perfect course for you that breaks down every single manifestation and success principle you need to know in order to overhaul any or all, like I did, aspects of your life. My course is called Life on Fire. It's a 16-week course helping you manifest the fuck yes life you've always desired. So here's what you get. It's 4 do-it-yourself modules outlining my proven step-by-step process to manifest everything you desire currently and every up level afterwards. So yes, you get to manifest massive shit within the first 16 weeks, the first 4 months of the course, but you get to reuse the content. You get to take these same action steps, the same teachings, the same process, and keep doing it until you fully live that fuck yes life. You get 16 weeks of support via Telegram, which is an app that we use to communicate. You get access to a high vibe, like-minded community. So again, who you're surrounding yourself with doesn't feel fully fucking aligned. However, I created one for you where you will feel like you just belong, where you feel like-minded humans are there, where you feel like, yes, these people fucking got me. You will also have me in there 4 days a week. You also get journal prompts and action steps after each video module or video in each module. You will get homework to actually solidify the teachings and help you take massive actions on your dreams with unwavering faith. Those 2 things are key, taking the action and unwavering faith. And 99% of the time, people come into my courses because they're ready to take action and haven't been able to do it on their own. And they're ready. The Life on Fire is a fully immersive container. It's a full transformation from the minute that you decide to join, decide to go after it, for the rest of your fucking life. You get all of the tools that you need, all of the support that you need. You also get 4 Q&A calls where you can ask me any questions, get all of your questions answered, any struggles that you're having answered, and you also have an upgrade, a VIP upgrade to work with me one-on-one. So the course itself is 4 months long, and you get the 4 Q&A calls, the Telegram, and you get the modules, the actual teachings, and the Q&A calls if I didn't say that. And then you have an option to get the upgrade if you like working more one-on-one. I personally love one-on-one more than just a group. I do really well in a one-on-one container, and working with me is honestly like having a spiritual mentor, like a deep spiritual mentor with badass bitch energy mixed with your no BS best friend. I hold you accountable. I make sure that you're showing up. I make sure you're doing the things, not in a mommy way, but in like a, you come into my energy and that's the way I operate. And therefore that gets bled onto you. People love coming into my space because of my no BS way of going about success and going about life. And so if that vibes with you, get the one-on-one upgrade. You also get one-on-one messaging access to me. So you not only get 4 one-on-one calls that we'll use throughout the 4 months, but you will also get a messaging direct access to me so that it's only you and I'm in there 4 days per week, and you get my feedback and support as you go through the course, deal with your struggles, do all of the things. Now, the investment, I'm always super upfront with you guys. I want you to feel empowered making this decision. It's only $888, which is quite insane for a 4-month fucking program. Most manifestation programs are $2,000 to $6,000, and I wanted to make this more affordable for you guys. I know $888 can still be a little bit challenging for some people, and that's valid. So I've given you a 4-month payment plan. I think it's 4 months of $333 for the payment. So you can choose either one. And then the VIP upgrade is $8,888, or you can choose the 4-month payment plan as well. Okay, so I want you just to ask yourself before you make your decision, whether you're leaning towards yes or you're leaning towards I don't fucking know or no, just ask yourself, what would it look like if you went all in on yourself and the vision you know was meant for your life? Does that include support? Does that not include support? Do you feel fucking epic without it? Do you feel like you have a grasp on all of the concepts necessary to change it? Or do you feel like I really need higher level support? I need that one-on-one, or maybe I just need this, right? So get clear on what that is. Right now, when I asked you that question, whatever came through you is the most perfect thing for you. And if you get that fuck yes feeling when listening to me, when listening to my teachings, and when I said the course and all that it includes, then listen to it. And you can head over to johnnyagresda.com/life-on-fire. You must use a capital L. Life on Fire, capital L, it has to happen. If you have any questions about the course at all, simply message me and my team or I will get back to you. If you have any struggles getting onto the sales page or whatever, just DM me and I will send it to you. It's probably also in the link in one of my social media bios. And if you just really fucking loved this and if it really deeply served you, even if you never pay me ever, please come over and say hi. Let me know you listened to it. Let me know what you took away from it. And I will always, always, always be here to support you. I believe in you. There's a part of you that so deeply believes in you, in yourself. Listen to it, listen to it, listen to it, and cheers to living a life where you are on fucking fire and thriving in all ways possible. I love you. I'm so excited for you. I'm so happy to have you in the course if you're choosing to take that, and I will see you soon.